this week's Parsha, we find our patriarch Jacob on his deathbed. Before he takes leave of this world, he calls together his 12 sons with the stated goal of revealing to them what lies ahead for the world, what the divine plan is for the years, decades, and centuries ahead, what will happen in the end of times, and when the Messianic era will finally arrive. The only problem is, when we look at the subsequent words that Jacob spoke to his sons, it does not reveal anything of the sorts. Judah, you look like a lion. Yisachar, you look like a donkey. Binyamin, you remind me of a wolf. How are we to understand this situation? Our sages jump in to explain that Yaakov indeed intended to reveal to his sons what the divine plan for the world was. The only problem was that as he started to reveal such deep ideas to his sons, the divine presence eluded him, and he no longer could do so. He then thought maybe one of his sons wasn't worthy of hearing such things. So he said to his sons, maybe it's your fault that I no longer have the divine inspiration to tell you what I'd like to say. To which his sons reply, no, Father, we are all dedicated monotheists just like you. So our sages conclude by saying Jacob went on to tell them other things. How are we supposed to understand this explanation? Imagine a situation. A father, lying on his deathbed, calls together all his children and says, I want to reveal to you where I buried the family treasure. Wait, 1 second, I forgot. So you know what? I'm going to tell you about a great restaurant that I once ate at. How are we to understand if such a thing would happen? The explanation is this. Jacob looked at his sons, and he understood that these were the new leaders of the Jewish people. They would be the founders of the 12 tribes of the Jewish nation. And each one of them had tremendous strengths and tremendous abilities, but each one of them also had tremendous weaknesses. What Jacob was saying to his sons is, if you want to bring the world to its divine purpose, if you want to bring the world to where it's supposed to be, it's not only going to come through celebrating your strengths, but you must conquer your weaknesses as well. Quite possibly, the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan, said it this way. My attitude is that if you push me towards something that you perceive as a weakness, then I will turn that perceived weakness into a strength. And that is essentially what Jacob was saying to his sons. You have weaknesses. Don't ignore them. Don't only focus on your strengths. Focus on those weaknesses. And when you turn those weaknesses into strengths, then the world will be brought to its fruition. The great rabbi, the redactor of the Mishnah, Rabbi Yehuda HaNasi, had a deep friendship with the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who stated, the impediment to the action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. My friends, let us take the lesson of our forefather Jacob, and in life, not just play to our strengths, but look at our weaknesses, conquer our weaknesses, and turn those weaknesses into strengths, and then we will all do our part to bring the world to its divine fruition. I am Rabbi Pinchas Landis, and this is a Parsha Power Up.